Hey guys, so I am here giving McLean a bath. I had to make sure nothing was showing. I want to show her nakedness. And so I thought I would do a video kind of on our visitation schedule and what it looks like for both of our adoptions. We have two open adoptions with both of our children. And with Hudson's adoption, through the process with her pregnancy, we really kind of set up, we told her what we were thinking, which was one visit a year. And then she clearly wasn't like happy with that, so we were like, well, what do you want? Let's compromise. Let's make something everyone is comfortable with. And because I knew going into it that we wanted to be honest. We wanted to come up, agree to something that we were actually going to stand by. Because here in Georgia, there are documents that you can sign that make it binding. I'm not sure exactly how, how all that works, because neither of ours are signed like that. So ours is just a trust agreement. We are in control. We can stop at any time. But so with Hudson's birth mom, we decided to 4 visits a year, every 3 months for the first, couple years at least. And so the first year, because, she had him until 7 weeks, until he was 7 weeks old. And so she was really attached to him. I mean, like any birth mother would be. But I think it was especially harder because she had parented him for almost 2 months. So we had more visits at first. I'm trying to think, that first, like 2014, because February 2nd is the day that we got him, through December, we had probably 6 visits, I would say, maybe. And visits go from me going to pick her up and me, her, and Hudson going to lunch together. That was actually the first visit we had. I picked her up and we went to lunch. And, I was really nervous about how it was going to go. I was scared that she was going to try to act like his mom and that it would be awkward and just uncomfortable. And it was anything but. She was great. She's always been a great birth mother, and not overstepping her roles. She wouldn't do anything unless I said, here, you want to feed him a bottle? You want to hold him? I didn't, ask her to change his diapers or anything like that. She did carry him some that first visit. And so it really just helped to build our relationship, her and I. And so she's always done great. We've had several visits. They have spaced out now. Clayton's playing. She is doing great. She's going to school now, and she's working hard. She's moved on. She has a new boyfriend. And so she's really in a good place. Say hey. Sorry. She's in a really good place in her life. And so we've talked about it. And she said she's at a point where she wants to kind of step back and have a little more separation. She's moved, and she doesn't tell people. Not everybody knows that she placed a child for adoption. She unfortunately has got a lot of judgment from it. Which I hate, and our two situations are complete opposite. But I hate for her that she has had a hard time with it and not had a ton of support. Her boyfriend is very supportive. He's come to 2 of the visits, actually, and we really like him. He's really nice. We have not had a visit with his birth father for over a year now. He did come once or twice to visits with her, but they're not necessarily on good terms right now, and he doesn't want to come to the visits. He hasn't asked for a visit on his own. He does occasionally text Chase and just, ask how Hudson's doing, how we're doing, but he's never tried to initiate any kind of visit. We are friends on Facebook. I'm friends with both of them on Facebook, and so he does get to see pictures. He does occasionally like pictures that I have posted. But yeah, he's doing good too. He's going back to school, and going back. They're young, but he had gone to school, gone to college, stopped, and now he is back in college. So hopefully, for him, he can do good with that and stick with it. But so this year, so far, it's now November, and we have had, I'm trying to think, 2 or 3 visits. And maybe 3 visits this year. And then we'll probably have a birthday. Hudson's birthday is December 16th, so we'll probably have a birthday/Christmas visit like we did last year. I always wait for her to initiate. I never ask her if she wants to have a visit or anything like that. I'm really careful to not overstep. I know it can be sensitive for her and it can be hard. She's dealing with different emotions than I am towards it. And so I never want to make her feel bad or make her think about it. If, you know, she's at a place where she's trying to take a break and step back from it, I never want to keep pressuring her about it. She's crazy. Are you talking? Are you talking to him? Oh, be careful. She loves to make that growling sound. But her and I have Hudson's birth mom and I have a really good relationship. We text regularly. I don't know what just happened. And I mean, I've just been texting with her today, actually. And so we have a good relationship, and, you know, I'm very supportive of her. I think she's an amazing young woman, and she's definitely doing great things with her life. And so I really look forward to seeing everything that she does accomplish. And then as far as McLean's birth mom, that situation is a little bit different. We've had 2 official visits where she asked to get together and visit, and but we have seen her more than that. There were a couple times at the beginning where paperwork, because for some reason, and with Hudson, I guess maybe being a little bit older, it was different, but some of the stuff from the hospital and the Medicaid, because we couldn't add her on our insurance until it was finalized, so she was able to stay on the pregnancy Medicaid that the birth mom had been on, and it follows through for the first year of her life. So she was on that for health insurance, but they wouldn't send anything to us because I'm not listed as her mother, but they wouldn't let her birth mother change anything because she did not have custody of the child at the time. So it was a crazy thing. I'm like, I know we can't be the first people to adopt and the child still have Medicaid, but it was so complicated and ridiculous. But so there were a couple times we had to get together to get the new paperwork because they first printed out her card, baby girl, and then her birth mother's last name. I don't want to say it just for privacy reasons. But that's what her insurance card said, was baby girl and then the last name. Even though on her birth certificate, her birth mom put McLean Reese, the same name we were using. So who knows why things happen. But so we got together a couple times for that, but not where she officially asked for a visit. So we've had 2 where she texted me. One was July 3rd, the first anniversary of when we met her. And then about beginning of September, she asked for a visit, and I put her off. I told her we'd do it in October. You know, I try to be very gentle about things and sensitive to it, and you know, and we were really busy at the time. My sister-in-law was getting married at the end of September, so we had a lot going on from that, but I didn't want to start the pattern of every 2 months have a visit, because with her, we never set up a schedule or an idea of what we wanted. At first, she said she didn't want visits, or maybe 1 visit a year. She just, you know, she just wanted pictures and videos. And then, you know, as things progressed, she kind of changed her mind, but she never told us. We never had like a sit-down conversation about it. So we're kind of just doing it as we go. I don't talk to her, you know, I guess I talk to her about the same. Her and I are close, just as I am with Hudson's birth mom. And she's doing good. She's got a job now. She's working really hard, and really, she's looking to move out on her own and just doing really good also. And we'll have a visit coming up, birthday/Christmas visit. And then, yeah, so we have not, the only time we met McLean's birth father was when we picked him up and took him to the attorney's office to sign over his rights. That was before she was even born. Here in Georgia, the birth father can sign over rights before the baby's born. He does still have the 10-day revocation period where he can change his mind, but he does have the right to do it before the child is born. So he did that, and he has not, you know, we've not had any contact with him until actually just yesterday. Her birth mom said that she was talking to him and he wanted to befriend me on Facebook. I'm friends with her birth mom and both Hudson's birth parents. And so she said he might be asking to be my friend. He did ask today. I haven't accepted yet. I'm not sure, what I'm going to do. I don't know him, and I never had a chance to get to know him. So I'm just kind of cautious because, it's my child that's at risk. And I don't, I'm just cautious to open any doors and just being very, informed, making informed decisions. I don't want to do anything rashly and, cause any drama because she's the one that would be affected. I know right now she's too young to know anything, but, he's had no contact with her birth mom or with us since signing over his rights when she was 6 months pregnant. So, I'm not closed off completely to ever having any kind of relationship to him or to have any kind of visits. But currently, I'm not saying no, but I'm just waiting. I want to make sure that he is actually, going to stick around and it's not just a one-time thing. She can send him pictures if that's what he wants. But as far as us, opening up to him, it's a lot and it's, a big commitment. So I don't want to do it rashly. So that actually just happened today, which made me think to do this video. But yeah, so that's kind of just our general schedule. And I know as they grow, things will change. And kind of just, we play it by ear and see how it goes. And our kids obviously are the first concern, and as long as it's healthy for them, we will continue. If anything were to happen with any of the birth parents and they were not at a place in their lives where it was healthy for them to have a relationship with either Hudson or McLean, then we would have to put things on hold because they're the ones that I'm concerned about. I don't want any drama between us and their birth parents, but ultimately whatever's in their best interest is what we're going to do. So we will see what the future holds, but as for now, everything is great. We have good relationships with their birth mothers and Hudson's birth father, and yeah, we're just enjoying it. The open adoption is such a blessing, and I know before we adopted, I didn't want it. I wanted a closed adoption. I didn't want to share, my children, and it's not been like that at all. I really enjoy the relationship I have with both of their birth mothers. They're both completely different relationships, and the situations are much different. But I truly feel blessed to be in the place I am and be able to have those relationships. And I hope that it does them good as they get older to be able to know their birth parents and be able to ask questions and not wonder where they're from and, that kind of stuff. We have basic history, medical history and that type of thing, but it's never the same. And I have an uncle. My mom's brother was placed for adoption, and because my grandmother was very young, and so he found us later in life. Of course, adoptions were a lot different back then. But so just seeing from his side and his aspect of, not knowing who your birth family is and where you come from and any of that kind of history. So I just want them to be able to have that. So I'm very glad that we have an open adoption with both of them. But yeah, so hopefully that kind of explains our current open adoption situation as far as visits and communication. I do send both birth moms pictures and videos all the time. And we talk. I mean, that's pretty much it, all there is. But yeah. So if any of y'all have any questions, adoption or otherwise, I would be more than happy to answer them. I love adoption. I'm very passionate about it. And so I would love to help anybody, either side, birth parent or adoptive parent. If you have any questions, I will try my best to answer them. I'm no expert, but I will try my best. Can you say bye? Say bye. Say bye-bye. Can you wave? Can you wave bye-bye? Bye-bye. Bye-bye.